everyone, First Warn 5 Meteorologist Melissa Meeder here on your Friday morning. It's 8:10 this morning. We've got cloudy skies out there. Today kicks off the chance for rain and thunderstorm activity with many first warns in the forecast between now and Monday. We have a new first warn in place on Monday for your Memorial Day for scattered rain and thunderstorm chances. So we're going to walk through when we can see rain, when we will not. So let's start off first with what are most likely times to see rain as we go through the next 4 days, which does include today. So as for today, chance for rain in the morning and then again late in the evening hours. So there should be some dry time for the heart of the afternoon. Once we get into our Saturday, it looks like we have lingering activity Saturday morning as late as around 10-11 a.m. and then we'll get a nice dry time before we start to see late day rain and storms build back into the area. By Sunday, the wettest part of the day looks to be Monday morning time, into lunchtime. Then we'll start to see those rain chances taper off later in the day. And on Monday, it looks like mainly the first half of the day. So first warns in place Friday through Monday. The weekend is not going to be a washout. There are still going to be, of course, as I just discussed, times where we see rain, but other times where we do not. But with all of those rain chances in the forecast, some of us could see heavier rain than others. And we do have flood potential for our southern areas. So a flood watch is in effect starting this evening at 8 for our southern counties. That continues until Monday at 8 p.m. So when we think about the culmination of 4 days of rain, some of which could be heavy, especially as we go Saturday night into Sunday morning, we're looking at for our southern areas 1 to 3 inches of rainfall, maybe some isolated areas of 4. I think along I-70 within the metro, 1 to maybe 2 inches of rain, and then as you head towards the north, an inch or less of rainfall. So we've got some flooding concerns as we head into the weekend and into the start of next week, which would be the end of Memorial Day. So with everything that's going on, especially like celebration at the station on Sunday with, heavy rainfall Saturday night, I'd mentioned this earlier, maybe use chairs instead of a blanket because the ground is going to be wet. As for right now, we're waiting on those rain chances to begin, and we're starting to see the system that is just to our west build into almost our far western counties at this point. Otherwise, we're mostly cloudy outside, and we'll generally see some cloud cover basically throughout the rest of the day and honestly throughout the weekend. As we go through the day today, all of this activity that's to the west will continue to push into the area. So I think by the time we get to, around 8 o'clock, we start to see some scattered activity build in. Oh, we're already at 8 o'clock. I should say 9 o'clock. Some scattered activity builds in. This model is moving a little bit slow, so that's why it's showing, or a little bit faster, I should say. So that's why it's showing that rain is here a little bit earlier. So I think it's probably going to arrive by 9. That means it could linger for a few more extra hours in the afternoon. So maybe around 2 o'clock, we finally start to see some breaks from that rain. So scattered in nature, and I think we see some breaks by the time we get to the afternoon, maybe a quick passing shower. But once we get to around 7 o'clock, that's when we see another potential for some spotty rain showers at first becoming scattered as we go through the rest of the evening and into the overnight. So there should be some dry time mixed in there again today, but it'll be kind of afternoon into the early evening hours. By 10 o'clock, activity becomes much more widespread, scattered across the area. That leads us into Friday night and into Saturday morning. There is the potential for a few strong to severe storms. Maybe 1 or 2 is going to be possible. That's down towards our southwestern areas. Gusty winds, hail would be the primary threats for any low-end severe storms that we get. This is likely going to be late in the evening into the overnight. So I had talked about, becoming much more scattered, widespread across the area Friday by 10 o'clock or today by 10 o'clock. Through the overnight, you could start to see some rumbles of thunder really start to mix in there between about 2-3 a.m., generally along and south of I-70. That will continue through the night, and eventually we get to Saturday at 7 a.m. So chance for rain still remains for our Saturday, mainly Saturday morning, and then again late in the day. So I think we should be cleared out with that batch for Saturday morning by about 10 a.m. We'll see some breaks of sunshine on Saturday and some dry hours too. It's not until way later in the day where we see the another chance for rain and storms, but also a low end level 1 out of 5 severe risk as well. That's down towards the southwestern half of the area. That does include parts of the metro. Damaging winds, hail, heavy rainfall will all be possible. Maybe 1 or 2 storms become strong to severe. We're not expecting a whole lot on that front. But here's that timing as we go through the second half of the day on Saturday. So between about 10 and even as we go through, the afternoon, things are pretty dry. We get a little bit of sun, maybe a few passing showers, but otherwise we don't really start to see rain become a lot more filtered into the area until we head to bed on our Saturday night. So that's our Friday and our Saturday. Rain chances are there. Make sure you've got that umbrella handy basically throughout the next 4 days. And of course, that rain jacket as well. As for right now, we had mentioned we're dry, but we're cloudy. And temperature-wise, we started off in the upper 40s this morning, but we will see those rise in temperatures today. It's 52 already right now. It's 46 in Richmond, a mix of the kind of mid-40s in the east to the lower to mid-50s elsewhere. It's 54 in Harrisonville. We will luckily get up to 70 degrees again this afternoon. However, that won't be the case for the rest of the weekend, unfortunately. So we'll be 56 at 9. At noon, we'll be 63. 70 degrees by the afternoon. And then, as you notice, those rain chances generally start to rise once we get to 9 o'clock. So still spotty activity possible really throughout the day today. But I think the better chances are later this evening. And then, of course, during kind of this mid-morning time frame. We'll be 65 by the time we get to 6. 70 degrees is our high temperature today. We will continue a downward trend from here. 68 on Saturday. We will be 63 on Sunday and 61 on Monday. Monday will be one of the coldest Memorial Days, the specific holiday that we have seen really in over 30 years. So it is going to be a cold one in terms of, this time of year. Usually we're around 77, 78 degrees as this high temperature or average this time of year. As you notice, we've got first warns through the holiday weekend into Monday. Tuesday, we finally start to see a little bit more sunshine. Same with Wednesday and Thursday. Low end chances for rain are still there, but they're not as high as we are for, the next 4 days. Eventually, we still see those temperatures below our average, but we're back up into around 70 to 75 degrees by the time we get to our Thursday of next week. So warmer days are ahead. As I've been telling you this whole time, there will still be dry time mixed in there. But when it is dry, keep in mind that is going to be cool and it's going to be pretty cloudy. Maybe some breaks in sunshine. But overall, we're generally going to be mostly cloudy and cool over the weekend. Keep that rain jacket handy. And as you're heading out the door today as well, make sure you got that rain jacket handy as well. We're going to need it over the next couple of days. Have a great Friday and have a great weekend.